This craziness. All right. Oh, okay. Now it says up and running. So now we'll do what we do every morning. We'll check everything, which will take a few minutes, but must be done. I want to say good morning to you all. Take your hands off your forehead. This is my tell when I'm exasperated with something. I'm just kind of like, ooh. Okay, take your hand off your forehead. Okay, so it said we're streaming to all parties. Let's see. Connection to YouTube has failed for the following account. True or something recent. Toggle YouTube on, then back on. Oh, boy. All right. Woo-wee. I hope you're having a good morning. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm 8 minutes late. Unacceptable and unprofessional. And I would like to apologize. So let's see what's going on over here. Oh, I'm streaming the one. Bad video, but it's still a stream. And let's go check the other one. I really mess with getting. Oh, come on, man! I really mess with getting coffee today. I'm okay. I can see me here in the chat. Yeah. Wednesday morning. It's a good day. Okay, we'll put this back here. And then we'll drop this down because now we're streaming. Okay. And it's Wednesday. Wednesday. Let's set up tomorrow's show. I have that yellow song in my head. Today's our 40th day. You know, Jesus was in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. That'd be PM. This would be evening. I'm just saying. I'm not saying we're as good as Jesus, but I'm saying 40 days and 40 nights. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why I think that's funny. Because all things are equal, right? 40 days is 40 days. It's just sort of that kind of goofiness. Remember, we don't deal in pearl clutches, and I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I don't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm your homie. We should start throwing up some hashtags in this, I'm told, right? So people can find us. Hashtag music, hashtag sexy black dude, hashtag where's my pencil? You know, a million hashtags. Oh man, I really have to screen this clean this screen. There's a lot of stuff over here that I could get away with. I think I may have to clean this screen cleaner as well. What's this thing? Making this thing worse? This is why you get those weird covers. I would love to blame the kitchen staff, but they don't come in here. So there's that. Should I open some windows? What's the weather outside?
It's currently clear and 77 degrees.
Yeah, we're going to open some. We're going to close this door, turn the air conditioning up a notch. And close this door and open these windows. Because we like to talk with the windows open. It is a thing we like to do. Well, I have a spider out here making a web at the right angle of my window. And he survived the storm. I don't know if he's got to be in a good place because insects are always up against them. up against windows and window screens, right? So I hit the thing. Let's get some light in here. Sorry about the down tilt. You see my coffee and my messiness. This too shall pass, baby bubba. I gotta tell you, this thing is really confusing. Perfect. Because, well, semi-perfect. Yeah, that's good. Because just, we'll put this under the coffee. It kicks lefty, right? So it doesn't kick lefty. So it inverts the image essentially. So this image, the small image, which is in real time, is inverted, and the image that goes out, which is me holding my right hand to my forehead, is inverted. Not inverted. It's that one's inverted because the numbers here are correct. So it's inverted over there. Yeah, it's so when you try and fix it, you're sort of like doing something in the mirror, but it's good. Had a couple of interesting days, had a couple of studded streams because the whole shebangy went shaboingo on me. But that's fine. This needs more milk, I can tell. This is the problem. The coffee people in the kitchen are making me crazy. I will not have a union in the kitchen because if I have a union in the kitchen, there's going to want to be a union in the rest of the kingdom. So I had to make this coffee myself, and I'm sure it's going to be good. I may let them unionize this coffee. It's horrible. It needs more sugar, and it needs more milk, which is always a doggone thing. But it's late coffee. I can't even hate on it. You want good coffee? Be on time. Outrageous. All right, so we are going to check the volume because I'm telling you, sometimes the volume is going. So let's open the shades on this too. Excellent. Raise that up. And greet the day with some enthusiasm. Sight. What do you got going on today? Work. Are you super happy about it? No. Well, 2 out of 3 is not bad. Does not matter. It's the YouTube thing that slows this whole thing down for me. I don't know why. We're up early. We're always up early. Flicking a little before work. So we'll be here for like an hour. We say this every day like no one's familiar. We're familiar, but someone may be new. So, yeah. That switch is the killer. And clearance. Maybe I should just work on my chord changes. But it's fine. It's better this way. Once I throw the fingers in there, it all gets wonky AF. I'm not going to put my feet up there. That's just wrong. Don't put your feet on the furniture, as my mother would always say. As my dad put his feet on the furniture. Dad does it. I love the mind of little kids always questioning their parents, like, if dad can do it, why can't I do it? You know, God bless parents with little kids. You make the next generation of people. Please don't fuck this up. It's really important that you not fuck this up. It's the most important thing you will ever do with your time is to raise children. If your children grows up to be a criminal and asshat, you had something to do with that. Just like if he grows up to be a scientist or a world leader, you had something to do with that. All right. I'm not calling anybody a bad parent, by the way. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. I don't know what to do with this pinky. This is right. No, this isn't right. I knew that didn't sound right. I'm obviously just fucking around because, man, we still don't have a schedule. The only schedule we have is us being here every day. Every diddle dinking day. All right, so I guess we should do. Oh man, ugh. I guess we should do. Here it is. Woo-wee. We all wish that we were independently built wealthy, and I just put that over there. What would you do at the time? Would you sit around on your ass like the rest of the celebrities and just be kings of Instagram? Would you travel around and put plastic in other parts of the world? The day is starting. My fellow world citizens, wherever you are, it may be coming into the daytime. Let's check the world clock. Yeah. So it's apparently night in Beijing, Tokyo, Sydney, and San Francisco. So 4:22 a.m. there, 9 at night in Australia. But in the rest of the waking world, Moscow is 2 in the afternoon. London is noon. Paris is an hour after. And it's 7:22 here in this quadrant of the galaxy, my quadrant of the galaxy. So all these things I do that aren't really good for me, but I do them anyway. As a young man, I was like, I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna smoke and I'm gonna drink and but that's not the case. Well, it's definitely not the case. The trash man is outside doing trash stuff. Woo! Good morning, world. Good morning, people. We should have a morning world regiment for this. Sometimes these dumpster dudes do that shit and it's really quiet. It's amazing. Other time, it's like they hit everything in the parking lot when they come through. Bang, clang, crunch, clangle, clangle. I don't know what is going on. But you think if they were just sloppy with it, they'd be knocking shit over. It should sound the same all the time. And it doesn't. It doesn't. Got condensation, baby. It is a thing. Not righty tighty, lefty loosey. So I'm rightying and I'm tidying. Look at the scar. I'm the shade for you. Ugh. Just wet that. And everything you do. I said it before and I'll say it again. I knew everybody in my Brooklyn neighborhood. Everybody knew me. Gregarious and talkative and hated everybody. I don't know anyone down here. People are not social creatures. Or maybe I'm an asshole. That could be it. But you gotta give me a chance to fucking either prove I'm an asshole or at least say something. So we have sound every place, which is good because when I started this fantasticness, we did not have sound. And I was like, what in the ever loving? So we're going to put it on 3. Because when I listen to it, it sounds too low. And then I turn it up and I'm like, I wish I had recorded it earlier so I could turn it up more. So now we're turning it up more. That way when you listen to it, you can turn it down. I should do this for the next 40 minutes to make sure I get this. Do we even know the rest of those that we learned? This is the C, A, D, E, G. We know a couple of power ones, right? We know this. We know this one. And we know A minor. That's E. That's E. Come on, tough guy. 1 down is A minor. So this is your A. This is your A minor. I'm going to have to learn to strum. I really am going to have to learn to strum. I can't get around it by trying to be a fingerpick king, right? So I'm going to have to learn to strum. But I will say this finger has got me all in on it, though. Oh, they're about to have a high-speed car crash in the freaking parking lot. Somebody's late for work. Someone's coming home, I'm assuming. All right, so my whole rattling is because I'm not, can be fixed if I just squeeze that string. Ugh. Ugh. I blew it along. And everything you do. All the stuff that we put in for the last 40 days, do we even remember that stuff? Well, we just did the chords, right? So I guess you remember that stuff. But the notes, this is an F, this is a G, this is an A, this is a C, A sharp, this is a B, this is a C. E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. Yeah, we're back to, all right. And these are the same on the bottom. And this is A sharp. This is B. This is C. This is C sharp. This is D. Yep, that's about right. Yeah, you know what? My A is weak here. This finger does not get there fast enough. Does not hold down. Does not hold down. Ugh. It's not easy, man. How you supposed to just throw your hand up there and get that done? All right, that was right. I don't strum all strings for the A. I strum all strings for the E. I strum 4 strings for the D. And I strum. Oh, this is the same. We're doing pretty good. We're slowly coming along. Um, More coffee is needed. Let's get coffee. More coffee and a Scully? What do y'all say? Whew. It looks crooked. Is it crooked? It looks crooked. Can I abide a crooked Scully? Wow. I should really start including breakfast in these things, shouldn't I? But then that would defeat the point. Let's drop this now. How do I wash this? It's got this bobble on it. Guess I'll wash it by hand. Not good, but it'll kick the dirt off of it for as long as it kicks the dirt off of it. Oh, really? So I can put another city in here if I wanted to. Pretty freaking good. San Francisco's at night. Yeah. Good stuff. What is our plan today? Let's repeat it. What is our plan today? It's a good question. You don't always have a plan in life. I do not like the way this Scully sits on me. Ooh. Slightly better. All right. We don't have a plan. Some days you don't have a plan. So we're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna charge this. We're gonna go. Before we charge this, why don't we look up what's in the news today? Yeah, like I have a problem with the PBS NewsHour. If they're talking stuff and taking government money, they should have to take comments, and they don't on YouTube. All their comments have been turned off forever. My position is fuck you. You're not actually informing anybody. Feedback and all this stuff. You're just freaking dropping stories like no one's got a problem with it and moving on. It's not bueno, people. People keep China is building a second field of missile silos in Western Desert. So what? Care what the fuck you build over there? Don't be so happy to be afraid of the freaking Chinese. Chinese got all sorts of internal problems, just like us, quite frankly. Our government is incompetent, but the American military is definitely not. But I think it will be because every rot is a slow creep. CDC recommends that vaccinated people in some locations and K through 12 schools wear masks indoors. They're going to get 5-year-olds to wear masks. You know how many old teachers are sitting around not wanting to be around your kids now? It is what it is. All right. Let's get to the news, shall we? Simone Biles is out after all that hype. Simone Biles withdraws from another Olympic final. She's taking it one day at a time to focus on her mental health. That at this point, that's just a fucking canard. You know that, right? Which part of the U.S. falls under the CDC's new indoor mask guidance policy? I would say the whole thing. They're a government agency. They have authority. Trump back candidate loses in Texas special election. Okay. Uh, why is that? Okay, well, okay. Yeah, I guess it is newsworthy. All the smarmy snide comment stuff about Trump in the newspaper. I'm always like, whatever, man. Um, it's not about Trump. It's about being manipulated for me to like or hate some things, and that makes me crazy. Let's remember, a lot of people were endorsed by you know who, and they all lost. And I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about Hillary. The Slipknot drummer died. Oh my gosh. Yeah, amidst crushing floods in China, officials focus not on climate change but on control. Yeah, they're an authoritarian group. You can't go, my house washed away and my family died. What is the government doing? Because they will snatch your ass up. How dare you blame this government? Did the Americans send you here? And you're like, what the fuck? I'm I'm a fucking farmer, and you will just disappear into their giant Nazi-esque prison system, which is very much a half a step up from our bullshit prison system. Paris Hilton launches a Netflix cooking show. I have to say famous. It's not about having all the money in the world. It's having you adore me. I mean, and I may cancel my Netflix subscription. I don't watch it anyway. Countries face a difficult obligation to winnow out who's a genuine refugee. Yeah, you've got ISIS fighters who lost and now are trying to slip back into society. Some trying to slip into your society with no change of heart. So yeah, the people in charge are fucking ridiculous. And I would ban it. After I had a war with you, I would ban your immigration to my country for at least 25 years to make sure those people die, outside of our borders. But people don't care. Olympian sentenced to 25 years in jail over a failed cocaine smuggling plot. Yeah, that'll get you. Ugh. NYPD cops fired for alleged shocking professional and sexual misconduct with teen. Oh, two of them. Excellent. Yeah, fire them. Yeah, bullshit. It's absolutely ridiculous. The sexual improprieties cops get away with is ridiculous. You can claim anything while you're on the job. It doesn't make any sense. It really should not be a God position. You should be helping the community. And if the community hates you, you need a whole new police department. It's not, we need a whole new community who understands us. Bullshit. Come on, people. This goes back to what we blacks have been saying for a while. The cops are out of pocket. And now they're so out of pocket, the average, you know, white person who wouldn't have said so 25 years ago is now going, yeah, these cops are out of pocket. I mean, they did X, Y, Z to me, and this is wrong. And then you find out they've all been doing it. It hasn't only been black people. Like, but it's always been everybody. They just kept everyone else quiet. But arrogance is arrogance. A bully is a bully, right? And no one ever gets fired for it. So you should blame the apparatus who kept them there, not just them, their chief of police, their fucking the mayor, all of them, all of them. What else we got here in the news? Delicious pasties, you won't believe. Oh yeah, no, yeah. These people, the Republicans are not serious. They're like the Klan now. Just like the Klan ran these small southern towns, they got what they wanted. I think, quite frankly, they keep winning. I think they won the Civil War, and we're still fucking having this conversation. Then they won. So maybe someone should fucking deal with them darkly. And when you find them, you lose everything. Like these people at the January 16th, I would ensure that they lose everything and send a message, right? Instead of all this war on black people shit. I'm sorry, war on drug shit, where somebody could be caught with a half a gram of this or a joint and get 25 years in jail. Ugh. At the very minimum, first of all, I don't think it was an insurrection. I think that's bullshit. I think the media and the people want to tell you that so they can win elections on it and all this stuff. It wasn't an insurrection. Like I said, no one's going to follow those guys anywhere. They weren't going to be president of the United States. I wasn't going to listen to them. Fuck those guys, right? It was a riot. And the charges say so. The charges say trespassing and, staying too long and assault, throwing, like hitting cops, throwing shit. But it doesn't say insurrection. It doesn't say treason. It doesn't say any of that. You know who might get those charges? If they arrest any of these actual sitting Congress people, right? Because they didn't trespass. They were authorized to be there. But what they said was, yeah, they had First Amendment rights to say it. But I don't know. Let's get at it. But Joe Bob, the fucking roofer who was down there, fuck that guy. What is he, the new Secretary of State? Having said that, though, I do believe they would have hurt any of those politicians that they found. So it wasn't an insurrection. They weren't going to take over the country, but I think they would have hurt people. They absolutely would have hurt people. Some people had weapons. Get the fuck out of here. They would have turned the corner and ran into AOC or Schumer or any of those ones that the rights love to hate. It wouldn't have gone well. Like I say, even if you had, you had 50 people at a minimum, right, in a hallway with this person, somebody's going to throw a rock or hit them. You know what? Now your position, if you're in there, don't hit the senator, don't hit the congressman. Now you got to stop 100 people from attacking this person. You should have been there in the first place. And you knew what they were saying before this whole thing went down, before you breached the gate and walked over there. If I was there going, yeah, fuck this, stop the steal, blah, 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 they were like, yeah, let's go down and kick the gates. And I'd be like, nope. I seen this. I remember the New York City riot under Dinkins. No one paid a price for that shit. It's the arrogance of people who you let get away with literal murder for 300 years. Why can't I do this? America and that flag is for me and my white heritage of shut the fuck up. Some of these people are first and second generation people, like all these Latinos I love there who are mixed up in this. Dumb as sticks. Yeah, this is why I'm very concerned about who's in this country and why they're in this country. Excuse me. So yeah, the problem is the country is weak. The leadership is weak. And everybody just runs on these stupid red herrings. The Democrats want you to believe every Republican is a racist, even though they don't say that, right? And then they hang out within that's the game. And all these Republicans want you to believe that every Democrat is a socialist and hates you or godless religion, and this is it. So yeah, there's always been this thing with race war. There's been several lynchings that the FBI uses as they haven't even investigated. You got a civil rights unit, which is just a placard on a stall in the fucking bathroom in the basement of an unused building, hidden by some black woman, right? I'll bet you hard money. Let's look it up. The Civil Rights Division, the person who runs it, I'll bet you hard currency. All right, hold on. Let's cancel this. Let's open up okay, I got it. Let's open up a. Dun, 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 dun. Do you want to open up one of these? Yeah, let's open up one of these. And then let's drag this positionage over here. Why am I doing? Yeah, I'll do this from now on. Oh, good Lord. You make it so much harder than it has to be, my brother. But I won't be doing that anymore. Let's put this in the corner and look up Civil Rights Bureau of the FBI. Baby, baby. Civil rights. Da 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 da. All right, this is your stance. Yeah, okay, we know your stance is You say all the proper and correct things. Who heads the Civil Rights Bureau? How's that? It's a harassment bureau. Okay. Oh, why is that even there? So he heads it. Oh, he's the director of the FBI. The Martin Luther King, yada yada yada. Yeah, Civil Rights Department of Justice. All right. Ohio man charged with hate crime related to plot to conduct mass shootings of women, illegal possession. Oh my God, you people, you all just suck. So how come you can't find an image of this person? Because in every division that I know of, you have, like for instance, in New York City, uh, you don't have the picture of the president or anybody, but you do have like the mayor, uh, and then you should have the mayor. They don't have the mayors anymore. Now you have the chief of police, the chief of department, the commissioner, essentially, the commissioner, which is the chief of police, the commissioner. Do you have the chief of department, which is the second highest, first highest uniform. I think it's like the third highest in the department. Operations, but you have operation amount of people that you work for, right? In that division. So after those two, then it's whoever is the head of your division. Why can't Criminal Investigation Bureau, United States Justice Department? Maybe I wrote this wrong. Who heads the Civil Rights Bureau of the FBI? Bureau is spelled wrong, but that shouldn't stop it. Civil Rights Bureau of the FBI. I don't know how else to phrase it. Fred Hampton, murdered by the FBI. No one's going to say anything? All right, fine. Department of Justice, Civil Rights. Here you go. What did I say? I knew it was going to be a woman. It's going to be a black lady grinning who no black people know anything fucking about. She's another functionary. But I give her credit. She got the job I wanted when I was back a million years ago. So let's click on this and see what we get. Black woman heads DOJ Civil Rights Division. Kristen Clark poised to rebuild after 4 years of Trump. It's just a spot where they put their black women. And nothing gets fucking done. All these police shootings, no investigations. Yeah, she's a functionary. 1 year after, and you want to blame everything on Trump. It's always something about Trump. So you could look before, if you looked at this fucking organization before Trump, DOJ Civil Rights Division. Let's look at that without even Trump. Let's search that, because I can already tell I'm just going to be hot with this fucking topic. I want to see the long history of it. Where is it? DOJ Civil Rights. Is the DOJ's Civil Division? Civil Division. The U.S. Department of Justice Civil Division represents the United States and Department of Agency member Congress, having no employees in any civil criminal matter. I don't even know what that means. United States Office of Justice, United States Department. What DOJ Civil Rights Division? The Civil Rights Division enforces federal law that protects you from discrimination based on your race, color, national origin, disability, sex, religion. All right. Yeah, but see, all this shit is supposed to, the country's supposed to do that for you anyway. Civil Rights Division didn't come into play for all those people. It came into play because it was getting fucking ridiculous. And black people had no faith. And then they threw another red herring, which is this Civil Rights Division, which, I hate to say it, is bullshit. Civil Rights Division Assistant, DOJ and his HSS issue guidance on long COVID. Federal government clarifies disability. I mean, the amount of people shot dead by the cops and the amount of times the FBI said, we're going to open up an investigation into it, and then just never did anything. It's just, no one cares about you fucksticks, and that's your problem. And when the bottom falls out, who do you have to talk peace to, right? You have no civil rights leaders anymore. You really don't. Let's move me out of the way. You really don't. Just label everybody a gang member and a piece, or a domestic terrorist. How convenient for all of you. The Illinois Senator Dick Durbin Clark nomination is as significant as it is promising. Oh boy. I can't fucking even with this right now. Get out of here. I can't believe you can't find any simple disability criminal section, employee section, contact office. Let's United States Department of Justice. Wiki. Here we go. Department of Justice Civil Rights Division. The U.S. Department of Justice Civil Rights Division is an institute within the federal government responsible for enforcing federal statute for discrimination. What about all the murders organization? Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights, Appellate Section Court, Criminal Section, Disability Section, All right, jurisdiction. The division enforces civil rights 57, 1966, 64, and 68. Voters' rights, equal rights, American Disabilities, the National Voter Registration Act. The American with Disabilities Act is so important, and it doesn't get anywhere near enough actual heft to that either. Matthew Shepard, don't even get me fucking started on this. This whole thing was about James Byrd and the egregious and arrogant thing that happened to him by white supremacists. And then they somehow stuck Matthew Shepard on here. He gets top billing. It's not even by oh my God. I can't. This is another movie. I'm just kind of like, man, fuck these people. All these allies smile in your face and then push you off out of the light and then just deal with whatever they want to deal with. This hate crime thing was by the Klan against a black guy who they known forever. Matthew Shepard it was wrong, but for them to just sort of toss James Byrd aside was a problem. It's all this shit that people tell you, no, we're all one. And then you see the fractures in it. And then people have to go. I remember with the blacks and the Jews in New York, they had to put that shit out in a hurry. Because let's be clear, you can't say shut up black people when 60% of your vote is black votes, right? But who gives you all the money? Who gets everything in New York City? It's a problem. Don't sit here and tell me this is going to come out harsh, but don't tell me that you're being oppressed when you own everything. You have all this money. You've opened colleges, schools, and hospitals. I don't want to hear that. I'm telling you, we're being murdered off in the street. And you're using all your influence for weird tax schemes and bullshit. And kept raising a lot of money to send back to another country. I don't see how you're a victim of anything. Matthew Shepard, James Byrd Act. Wouldn't have needed this act, period, if you just fucking done the right thing back in the day. All right, so here we are, 1960, Republican Dwight, Christensen. So these are the people who, who's this guy? Acting. Acting. Good Lord. Nobody was there permanently? Grace Chung. Grace Chung page does not exist. Page does not. Vanita Gupta. I'm fucking tired. I just can't with the Democratic Party and their bullshit. He was nominated by President Trump to serve as the United States Attorney General for the Civil Rights Division. Yeah. Sounds about right, Donald Trump. And make sure nothing happened. Yeah, sounds about right. But I wasn't a fan of this Vanita Gupta. She was not serious. So before everybody starts throwing rocks at Trump, make sure you save some for fucking Biden and Obama, who didn't do shit either. And this sinister fucker who essentially he was in the FBI before the FBI was the FBI. He was running something, and they changed the Bureau of Investigation, and they changed his name to the FBI. But he had worked there since he was in his 20s, and headed it since he was in his 20s. So they just changed the name, and they stuck him there till he died. And apparently, he had all the goods from all the politicians. So after he died, they wrote all these laws where you can't look at them as spying. They were having sex with people. They were gay. They were taking fucking money and bribes and kids. And he knew all this shit. That's what gave him so much power. Sinister little fucker. Yeah. So another untrustworthy cat. Worked as an FBI informant, taping conversation with mob pals. First of all, if you're a fucking minister, Why do you know mobsters? Yeah, Jess, I can't even right now. I can't. I won't. We won't do that. We're not even going to do this. We're just going to close this and calm down. Have our coffee. Remember, this is about guitar. Every now and then we talk politics and we talk social good, social ills. This milk is just not lasting as long as it should. Yeah, mobster pals. What mobsters are going to black churches? Why do you know mobsters? Unless you're in business with them, trafficking something. This is the nonsense. So what are we doing? Are we going to open up another thingy maboodle? No, we're not. Uh, do we want to? Do we want to finish off the news? I would really suggest that you read all this stuff and then make up your own mind. Ugh. This is what they want you to be concerned about. They should just call it celebrity people. Like politics is what they want, not politics. Who's dating who in Hollywood is what they want you. They want that to be what you're obsessed with. They want that to be your soap opera while they do all this other stuff behind the scenes, right? Now, Chuck Schumer was all over the place telling you he needs your vote. He needs your shut up. He didn't do fucking anything. The environment is so bad. So yeah, I'm looking at this midterm election, and at this point, I don't care. Somebody needs to take charge of this bitch. Let the Republicans win everything and show how they can ruin America. Yeah, let them write bullshit laws to let an insurgency against them rise, or let the Democrats win everything and give the whole shop away, and let an armed insurgency against them rise. None of this is organic. None of this is good for any of us. And the idea that people openly talk about shooting Congress people, not openly talk about it, but like essentially there's been a lot of threats against Congress people. It's sort of a sign. It wasn't like this before. Why is it so bad now? And if that was a small group, why did you let them grow? Why wasn't you paying attention? I was shoving money in my pocket from the federal treasury while writing laws to make it legal that I could not be fucking bothered with it later down the line. And, putting people in place with my corrupt, criminal ass drug addict son who takes money from Ukrainians isn't even asked one question by anybody. While I continue allude to the fact that I'm going to arrest the kids of the last president. It really is just a fucking hot shit show. And that's why I think, like, let them lose in the midterms. I don't know who this woman is. Showcases her cleavage and total. See, you keep pushing sex, and then if I go, ooh, nice tits, all of a sudden I'm a pig. Even the article said you're showcasing goodies. It's just not easy. Not easy. It doesn't make any sense. There's so many traps to what's going on in this society. So many con people, so many sketchy nonsense bullshit people. It's like George Bush used to take you down to his ranch, and then they would show him like digging up a tree while he's talking to the press. And then once the press was gone, he'd go back to his air-conditioned house in his suit. He wasn't a rancher; he just owned the place. There were no cows, or I think there was a horse or some shit. But you know what I'm saying? All this "I'm John Wayne" stuff that they keep pushing is part of it. So, like, I think they really think that no one on the Democratic side of this has guns or any military training either. People are just stupid. You shouldn't massage that kind of nonsense. You really shouldn't. All right, so we have like 15 minutes, but we were late though. We were late. Look how it shines for you. So we covered the news, right? Uh, talked about work. Remember, we would be back here at 6. It'll be a fuller show at 6. But we'll be back here at 6 o'clock this evening for more guitar practice. 40 days, and tonight we'll make it 40 nights, right? Maybe that's what we'll call the evening show. Let's hop in there and change it. Oh, I can't hop in because I'm here with you guys. All right, so I'll change it later. Wow, I can feel the warmth. These are some tiny ass squirrels, man. I am telling you. They look like babies. It's obviously mating season. It didn't look aggressive. It looked like tiny little squirrels trying to get some tiny little action. And up the tree they go. Must be an amazing thing to see it from that point of view. But it is what it is, right? Everybody thinks they can survive the wilderness until the wilderness comes calling. They will all just realize that we're all, quite frankly, house cats. Yeah. We're not as robust as we think we are. I'm pretty sure some of us can be pushed to the limit. We won't like it. We will survive it. Right. But it's not like they loved it so much they do it again. Like this woman. Oh, wow. Do we even want to cover that story before we go? There was an airplane explosion on her plane and she fell out of the sky. Do we wanna? Yeah, let's do it. So then I took my time. Let's do it. What a thing to do. She was a girl when it happened. Girl survives plane explosion and fall. Julianne Kepke. Let's go to Wiki. There you are. Let's flip this for you. And let's get me out of there so you can see the lovely Miss Kepke. Alma mater, University of Kai of Munich, University of Munich. She's a mammologist. Oh, she studies mammals, a class of verb which characters such as homeotherapy and metabologist for four-chamber heart's complex nervous system. Mammalogy has also been known as mastology. Really? Mastology, theoryology, and thorology. Pick a name for it. Pick a name for your discipline. You shouldn't have that many names. As a teenager in 1971, Kepke was the sole survivor of the Lancet Flight 508 plane crash. 508 plane crash. Then survived 11 days alone in the Amazon rainforest. She survived a fall of 3,000 meters, which is 9,000 feet, 9,843 feet, still strapped into her chair. So the whole thing blew up, and she sort of comes through falling and tumbling to the earth. The way she says, like she couldn't hear anything. That's because the wind was rushing past her ears, right? It's an amazing story. Was born in Lima, Peru, 54 German parents, and worked for the crash. Has two big survival stories. Two, right? I'm sure she wouldn't want to go through it again. Julia Kepke had two big survival stories to tell by the end of her ordeal. On Christmas Eve, 1971, Kepke flew on Lancet Flight 508. Kepke was about to graduate from high school. Her mother, Maria, had wanted to return to Panjuana with her daughter on October 19th or 20th, December 1971. But Kepke wished to attend her graduation ceremony in Lima on December 23rd. Maria agreed for Kepke to stay longer. Instead, they scheduled a flight on Christmas Eve. Okay, that's nice. Mom wanted to be proud of her daughter, take her back home, but the daughter wanted to go to graduate with her friend, which we all want to do. And mom was like, all right, that's cool. Right? Very awesome. It's tragic happenstance, but very awesome. Do we want to? The other one is better because the other one allows me Here it is. All right. Uh, Bam. That's what we need to. That's not right. Good Lord, man. Sorry about that. I know how jarring that is. Juliana Kepker had two big survivors to talk about the end of her deal. On Christmas Eve, 1971, well, we read that. Da, 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 her graduate son mother agreed, kept the stage long. Instead, they scheduled a flight on Christmas Eve. All flights were booked, aside from one, the Linnaeus Aires Nationalis SA. Her father, Hans Wilhelm, urged his wife to avoid flying with this airline, which had a poor reputation. They booked the flight nonetheless. The husband said, "Baby, that flight is shit." She was like, "We doing this anyway." He was like, "All right, go ahead." The plane was struck by lightning. The plane began to disintegrate in midair. I thought it was okay. I knew it wasn't a bomb. It wasn't a terrorist thing. I just thought the plane was shitty. It was struck by lightning and disintegrated in midair and plummeted to the ground. Kepke found herself still strapped into her seat, falling nearly 2 miles into the Peruvian forest at night. Oh my God. In Julia Kepke's case, experts point to the fact that she was harnessed into her plane seat during her descent, resulting in her surviving, though not without breaking in her collarbone. She was the only survivor of the flight. She spent most of her 11 days in the rainforest making her way through the water. Mind you, it's not a lot of land. It's sort of swampy. It's hard to traverse, full of bugs because yeah. So, but 9,000 feet still trapped in your seat. I think trees or something had to slow her down because she would have just been a spiraling bullet. I don't see how she survived it. So the trees slowed her down, had to be, and then the water slowed her down further, and then the sea protected her further. Wouldn't want to try it myself though. In Juliana Kepka's case, experts pointed to the fact that okay, descent thought still harnessing her plane seat during her descent, resulting in her surviving, though not without breaking her collarbone. That you know how lucky that is. She could have broke her leg, and no one would have ever found her because she wouldn't be able to walk out. She walked for 11 days. It's better to have an arm broken or collarbone broken or bad ribs than to have something that you put all your weight on, like your ankle or your knee or your hip. She was the only survivor of the flight. She spent most of her 11 days in the rainforest making her way through water. The insects in the jungle stopped short of eating her alive. The insects in the jungle stopped short of eating her alive. Wow. And maggots had infected her arm. But after 9 days, she was able to find an encampment. She gave herself rudimentary first aid, including pouring gasoline on the maggot infestation. The maggots vacated the wound to escape the gasoline. A few hours later, lumber workers found her giving her first aid and taking her to a more inhabited area where she was airlifted to a hospital. Yeah, she was out there in the middle of nowhere. Like the only people up there, like the equivalent of us, I guess, would be lumber guys in like the Great Northwest, right? Or people out in the swamps who go all out into the wilderness to go hunting bears, like way out by themselves. And there's a little cabin that no one ever sees or uses. And then you see some poor girl wandering out because she got dropped here by a plane. It's a fucking incredible story. After recovering from her injuries, this story isn't that. Yeah, after recovering from her injury, Kepka assisted search parties in locating the crash site and recovering the bodies of the victims. Her mother's body was discovered on the 12th of January, 1972. Uh, Juliana moved back to Germany and fully recovered from her wounds. Like her parents, Julian earned a degree in biology and returned to Peru to extensive research on bats. Her double survival has been subject of books and films, including her own autobiography, When I Fell from the Sky, and a documentary by director Herna Warzog called Wings of Hope. Werner Herzog. Herzog was interested in telling Kepke's story because of a personal connection. He was slated to be on her flight in 1971, but at the last minute changed your plans, sparing him from the plane crash. Wow. It's been widely reported Kepke experienced a disruptive feature length in the document. The first was a low budget, heavily fictionalized Miracoli Accordo Ancora. I don't know what that means. Giuseppe, but it was released in English. Miracles So Happened, 1974. And someone called the story of Joanne Kepke. In that film, she was portrayed by British actor Susan Penhaligon. Never heard of her. 25 years later, director Herzog, Wings of Hope, while location acquired The Wrath of God, 71. While locating, scouting for Aguirre, The Wrath of God, and say when Herzog would have been on the same flight, Kepke. It had not been for the last minute change of itinerary, kept accompanying him on the visit to crash site. Oh, she went with him. Kind of therapy for her. How many therapy? You got all these movies. It's about money at this point. The story is amazing. The land. So just look up like the Lands of Flight story about what happened to her. Death toll crash survivors. One survivor. 10 days and found shelter in a hut. Took a by canoe to civilization. It was later determined that as many as 14 other passengers survived the crash, but died waiting for rescue. See, well, I guess they fell apart, so everybody was scattered. But people survived this thing. Those, I mean, before you hate on them, those shares must have been baller. There you go. Struck by lightning, fell apart. Wow. All right. I guess that is going to do it for this. And here I am. All right, boys and girls. We didn't do a lot of guitar practice, but we did do some good talking, some well-natured, well-meaning good stuff. It's 11:11. It's 8:15 in the morning on July 28th. We only got a couple of days before the end of this one, right? 30 days have to 30 days have September, April, June, and November, all the rest of 30. Okay, so July has 31 days. We've got like 3 days left. And then we cruise into August. The dog days of summer are supposed to take place in August, where those are the hottest days. Excuse me. Excuse me. Those are the hottest days. You want relief from the heat, and so you seek the comfort of air conditioning and beaches and all that good stuff. Yeah, sounds good. But remember, you're supposed to be making memories while you do this. So make friends. Sort of easy. I hate to say it, but it is sort of easy. Take care of your health, because you're going to need it for the rest of your life. So please look after it. Know that miracles happen. This Lands of Flight fall. They said 14 other people survived the fall but didn't survive the jungle. And she just came across a hut by act. I mean, she was just she's a teenage girl, right? I guess an adult would have lived long enough to be like, oh, maybe we should stay here. They'll know that we're here. But a teenage girl's like, I better walk my ass the fuck out of here. And if she was with somebody else, they probably would be like, no, let's stay here. Or walked with them, because I mean, kids give sway to adults, right? And maybe, I mean, do you take the person's advice if you're in a disaster like this, or do you go out on your own? I don't like to be alone. I like people, but I don't listen to knuckleheads. I'm not doing some of this. And yeah, that's the weirdness of the whole thing. All right, we got to get ready to go to work. Off to the mines. Hi ho, hi ho. It's off to work we go. Please like and subscribe. True Armor on YouTube. True S Armor here. True S Armor on YouTube. True Armor here. Karma Armor on Twitch, where I game. Please come through and watch me game, which I really need to do more of. I need to sort of organize our whole organization. But that's coming. Yeah, sooner than you think. Wow, that is just warm heat. Wow. What's the humidity outside? Weather. Here you go. Okay. Apparently, they said it was going to rain, but now it's not. Now it's going to rain on Saturday. They just keep pushing the precipitation. Humidity is 70%. All right. There you have it. Air conditioner stays on. I hope you have a good day. I hope you don't let the agita of work get in your ear. We have been streaming for an hour and 10 minutes. We normally would have left 5 minutes ago, but I was late. Shh, don't tell anybody. I will see you again tonight, right here. Hopefully, I will see you again tonight, right here. Please, like I said, like and subscribe. We deal in doing shit, so let's do some shit. All right, I'm going to thank you. And like I said, we always have to give it 5 seconds for YouTube to catch up to where we are for some reason. And YouTube started late, but we know how that goes. So I'm going to thank all of you, and I'll be happily here tonight. Hopefully, waiting for you. All right. Have a good day at work. Don't let, your work life intercede with your family life. That's the most important thing. You need to work to put food on the table and keep a roof over your head. But you need family to make your interior, spiritual, social wholeness richer and more beautiful. So keep that in mind. Don't let the negative people bring you over to their negative side. Just stand clear of them. They're zombies. They're infected, right? You know what I'm saying? And you can do great things. We believe in doing great things. And we also believe in great things can get done by starting small. And that's where we are. We're on our 40th day. Good things happen on 40th days, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. And we will see you tonight at 6 p.m. Thank you all. See you later.